Hello, I'm the Eternal Newbie. The extra L is for Loco. Because after reading this monster, which I think is the worst homebrew in Dungeons & Dragons history, if not the history of the world, I wish for the sweet release of insanity to drive me loco so I can forget what I've seen. This is a portion, though I think lowlight might be a better term, of another video I posted. So if you like this one, I'll leave a link to the full video so you can see the other terrible monsters I found. Sit on back, enjoy yourself, and relax as I introduce you to the monster that shall haunt you nightmares for all the wrong reasons. Ugh. The Hard Wun. It's a bit lengthy, so I'm going to try and hold my comments until the end. The Hard Wun, oh God, is a tiny swarm of medium beasts. A tiny swarm of medium beasts. Can I please just quit now? Because that was literally the most sensible thing about this entire monster. No. Okay, fine. Its armor class is a nice 300. Perfect bowling score. Hit points, which are not even close to figured out correctly, are 700. Speed. Not walking speed. Not flying speed. Not even climbing speed. Just speed is 90 million. Who does this jerk think he is? Sonichu? But hey, it only has a flying speed of 70 feet around. It's also got plus 10 to all attributes and plus 19 to all saves. Its resistances are garbage, but they don't even matter because of its immunities. Bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks that are not silvered. But if you do happen to use that metal silver to cover your weapons, it also has immunity to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from metal weapons. Not that any of this matters with its 300 AC, mind you. It's basically immune to everything and has all senses with a passive perception of 100 because we're totally just making up numbers now. The funny thing is, the Hard Wun, besides doing psychic damage to me just having to read this mess, is the exact opposite of the Glass Commoner. Look at what it can do. First we get, I can/can't do it, which says chaotic humanoids get advantage on attack rolls against any creature for the next 10 minutes. All non-chaotic humanoids get disadvantage on any rolls for 1d4 days. This part actually makes sense, because anyone who isn't chaotic would be so annoyed by this thing's existence, they wouldn't be able to think straight. The next skill is Swimity Swim. Don't talk back. Sorry, I just gotta do something to break it up because otherwise I'm gonna go crazy. What it says is, the Hard Wun has unlimited movement in water. Wait, did it have a swim speed? Of course it didn't. That would just make too much sense. Moving on. As an action, it can use Goblins. Wow, way to come up with a cool name there. Goblins, which recharges 1/3, which I believe means half the time. The Hard Wun has a flawless chance of summoning 1d20 goblins under its control and remaining until the Hard Wun dies. See Goblin stat block. Finally, it can use Stinky Stink. This whole thing stinky stinks. The Hard Wun chooses any 10 creatures to be unaffected by the stink. The others are paralyzed for 3 seconds. You heard that right, 3 seconds. Half a round. So basically it's just mildly inconvenient. It does have some legendary actions, like 3 times a day it can use I wish any harm done to me. Any harm done to the Hard Wun is done unto the attacker tenfold. But seeing as you can't actually hit it, that's about as useful as Biff's diploma from Oral Roberts U. It also has pretty worthless layer actions like turning the floor into a pool or dealing a whole 10 force damage. But since I doubt anyone dumb enough to use this abomination is smart enough to actually drown you, the Hard Wun is exactly as dangerous as up to 20 goblins.
If aliens ever came down to Earth and said, "We're going to destroy the Earth unless you can impress us with your greatest creation," I would show them the Hard Wun. Not because it's great, but because reading it would cause most of their giant logical heads to explode. And those would be the lucky ones, because the rest of them would have to live with the knowledge that this unholy abomination exists. I envy the blind. I envy those people lucky enough to have died never knowing the existence of this bane to all reason and right. When Nietzsche said, if you gaze into the abyss also gazes into you. This is what he was talking about! Please join me in prayer. Dear God, please send a comet to destroy the Earth. Whoa. You know, sometimes I take things a little too far. I am so sorry. I don't know what I'm thinking. That was totally unreasonable. A comet might leave some trace that this thing ever existed. Dear God, please send a black hole to consume the Earth and solar system, erasing all record of this abomination to the existence of man and thou. Amen.
That was the hard one. What do you think? How about leaving me a like or a comment? Let me know your opinion. I love getting comments. If you enjoyed this video, I would very much appreciate a sub. I got loads of other videos and I put out new ones weekly. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, play your character. Don't let your character play you.